You talked about the fact that you're a dreamer and a storyteller,
Yeah.
and that's not things that people associate with architecture either, most
Yeah.
people, normally.
Yeah.
How does that come into play?
I think it's like I was telling somebody the childhood. When I was a kid, I was very introvert. I never mixed around with other kids, never played any games, never, I would just sit in a corner by myself. And I think when you are left alone in a corner and you can rely on your imagination, and that's the only friend you got, and you start imagining things. And there comes a point where it's like a muscle, you keep stretching it, and you become really good at imagination. And so you sometimes, then that imagination becomes storytelling. To me, it's like it's part of the same thing. You imagine, then you talk about it, and it becomes storytelling, and the design and the art and all this is connected. I see it all connected. I don't see it mutually separate. Like you can't be a really good artist, but you're not a storyteller. How can you be not a storyteller? If you are telling your story, you will be a great storyteller about your art. I mean, talk to any artist. Tell me about your art. He'll talk hours about his art. So that's what it is. So this is my art. I can talk about it. Otherwise, I'm quiet, sitting there. I don't know if I have nothing to do with it. I don't know anything about it. I'm like a boring guy. Yeah.
So while things were snowballing in Dubai, and you went from no office to a 50-person office, things were also snowballing here, right? You had a very small operation, I think. And how big did it get in?
Yeah, we had 20, 30 people here, and then it became 40 people, then it became 60, then it became 80. What we did is we really went into interior design. We started doing a lot of these hospitality projects, like hotel interior design projects. And that's what got us going because, again, it was all themed projects and space planning of the whole thing, and I got involved in it, and the company kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we kept hiring more and more people.
Usually when you see that kind of rapid growth, or often when you see that kind of rapid growth in a corporation or a company, things can very easily spin out of control, and you can expand too quickly and lose the focus of what your original intent was.
Yeah.
Apparently you don't. I don't get the impression that you think that's happened to your company yet. Why?
Well, for one reason, I don't sleep much, so I'm awake all the time. And what I do is I try to do creative control on most of the projects. And I try not to take many small projects. I like to take one large project or two large projects. That way, for cash flow purpose, doing 20 different projects is like thinking in 20 different directions. And you need the same amount of people, and the cash coming in for the company is same as doing one large project. So I'd rather do one large project where it's like one cohesive, and it's a project that goes on for a year, and it's work for 30, 40 people. They work as a group, and I get involved in creative process. So everything that comes out of my office, I do a little sketch. I come up with the idea, the big idea, and then I let it go and let other people handle it. And then I just check on them, and they give me presentations. I see how they work, how it's developing. I say, no, I want it like this, I want it like that, and that's how we work. And so far, we've been keeping control of it. I don't see our firm growing beyond this point. Because beyond this point, it'll be out of control. If I take more work right now, we will be out of control, and I don't want to do that. So I've been saying no to every week projects coming from Kuwait, from India, from other places. Sorry, I can't do it. And I said, regret, sorry, we won't be able to do justice to your project.
You have a very different public persona over here, where you've lived for a long time, than you do over there.
That's right.
Where you are treated very differently, and where the media pays attention to you a lot more.
Right.
How do you how do you reconcile those two very different environments in which you exist? Is it jarring? Is one weird and one home, or how do you regard it?
See, I don't see it huge here. When I'm here, I'm more private, and I'm like working in my studio. I come home, and these days the economy has been so bad here for last 1 year. There's not much work here, and we're not taking a whole lot of work here at this point. So I don't get involved too much. I don't go out, and when I'm here, I want to spend time with my family, my wife, kids. So I'm more internal in my own group. But when I'm in Dubai, my job is, my family's here, my wife and kids are here. So when I'm there for 2 weeks in a month, which I do 2 weeks there and 2 weeks here, I'm focused on work. That's all I do. So no matter where there's an opening, there's a launch, there is something, they invite me, I go down there. They want me to speak, I speak. Middle of the night, so it doesn't really matter. So there I live in hotels, and it's like I'm on a mission there. Here, this is home. So I come back to LA, I'm home. I'm with my wife, kids, and my friends and people.
So are you really 6 months over there and 6 months here these days?
Well, 2 weeks. I spend 2 weeks here and 2 weeks there every month.
Right. Well,
yeah.
So that's 6 months of the year there.
Well, if you add it up, yeah.
Right.
Well,
how long have you been doing that?
For 3 years now. It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it is absolutely nuts. I don't know how I do it. I have no idea how I do it. People ask me, say, you're a Superman. How do you do it? I said, I have no idea. I get in the plane. There was a time I couldn't get in the airplane. I used to be afraid of airplanes because I used to imagine myself 30,000 feet above in air with nothing below my feet and ground. And I used to get scared. Just the thought of that would scare me, so I wouldn't get in the airplane. You don't know how many times I got a boarding card and I refused to get in the airplane. I said, no, I get a panic attack. I don't want to get in the airplane. But now I look forward to getting in 16-hour flights because it's the only time I get to sleep, and no BlackBerry, no phone calls, watch a few movies, and I really fall asleep in the airplane. Something happens. I don't know. I just get in the plane, I go to sleep. I will take a flight from here to Frankfurt. It's about 11 hours. I'll sleep 10 hours. Then I'll take another flight from Frankfurt to Dubai, 6 hours, I'll sleep 5 hours. So when I land in Dubai, I'm fresh.